Hello everyone, welcome to Just Invest Today. And today we have a good video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the two worst mistakes in the investment market that I've made. And these are two big mistakes. I've been investing for around 3 years, but I've been taking it serious for only 2 years. So in that 2 years, I've made two really big mistakes. I've made more, but these are the two big mistakes that I kind of stand out in my mind. And remember, when we look at back at our mistakes, it's gonna help us teach us. So when we're moving forward, we don't make these same mistakes. So this video is to teach me and to teach you guys about mistakes that you've made. I want to hear down in the comments if you guys made any investing mistakes because this is how we learn. This is how we grow. We look at our mistakes, we look at other people's mistakes, and we kind of accumulate all those mistakes and we learn from that and we don't do those mistakes. So here's me admitting my two worst mistakes in the market. So my first two biggest mistakes actually came in 2017 and it came in this year. So the mistake I made was actually listening to bad news. Yes, listening to bad news actually killed my gains in the market. So let me explain. So the first situation happened back in like 2017 with Nike. I invested a good amount of money into Nike and my objective was just to hold and just keep it going. But I remember I was listening to some kind of news articles and how they're talking about Nike. I think there was like a couple bad ones there was a lot of good ones, but there was a couple bad ones. And the bad ones really just like resonated in me, even though I had my conclusion on Nike and I knew where it was going. I think I bought it around $60 or $70. And something about this article really just got to me. And guess what happened? In 2 days, I couldn't get over it. I just didn't even sleep well that night. And I was just like, man, if this goes bad, because remember, I was so early on in investing and I was so afraid to lose money. We all have that fear in our mind of losing money. It never feels as good to make money than to lose it. Losing always feels worse than actually getting money. We all have that feeling. When we get money, it doesn't really, like, we're happy, but it doesn't really matter. But when we lose a lot of money, oh, like, that feels so bad, right? So I didn't want to lose any money. So guess what happened? It went up to like $5 or $6 and I sold it in 2017 around $70 or around that price. And that was all because I just listened to bad news of what was happening. And that just really killed my gains. When I look back at it now, I'm just like, wow. If you see where Nike is right now, you would see how much gains I would have made. I probably made over 100%, like way above that. So that just goes to show you that like listening to bad news can really affect your investment process. Listening to too much like info to analysts, to people, your peers, to like going on stock tweets and looking at what people are saying about the company, it really affected me. And then the next one happened actually during COVID. And this was when I was actually a better investor, but still, it still affects me, right? So during the whole COVID pandemic and everything happened, I remember actually having a good, strong position in Foot Locker. But again, I knew it was a strong company, strong balance sheet. The projections were still pretty good. In my head, the projections I made for this company were still pretty good. I thought it was undervalued. It should have been at like 55 or 60. But even during that time, still in my mind, I'm listening to bad news because the company is not putting out any information kind of about what's happening. I remember during the whole protest and everything, I remember looking on the news and looking on like different customer reports and people were saying, oh, I'm not getting my packages from Foot Locker. They're about to go out of business. The retailing market is done. Like, I'm just listening to all of this bad press and like customers not getting their package. I'm going on their Instagram and seeing customers are upset. People are not getting their packages. The deliveries are not on time. Like they're getting everything mixed up during the whole George Floyd protest and all that type of stuff. And I invested at like when it went to $20, and I invested like heavy in that, and it just all of that it just affected my mindset. Even though I knew I had a strong balance sheet, it was gonna survive the pandemic. It was gonna survive it no matter what. I had a strong balance sheet. The company was undervalued. I had a lot of cash. So I knew it was gonna survive, but guess what happened? I still got rid of it because I was hearing all these bad things about it, and it just infiltrated my mind, and I just made a bad decision. So again, just listening to too much analysts, too much news, it really affects your investment decision. So guys, that's what you gotta watch out for. Like, do your own research, make sure you know what you're doing, and if you come to that conclusion, then you can sell. But if you don't come to that conclusion on yourself and you're just listening to everyone else, all the noise and all the people talking about how bad the company is and how it's not going to do well, then you're not going to do well in investing, because listening to all those outside opinions is going to affect your decision making. So remember that, guys. Bad news can really affect your investments. My second worst mistake that I've made in the market: not being patient. Yes, I preach this a lot on my channel, and it's actually affected me too. And this is just the fear, like the FOMO. Like, we all get it. We know how that feeling is. That same feeling of, oh, if your friend calls you and he's talking about, oh, there's a party here, a party there, and then you just want to go, even though you kind of don't want to go, but like you're afraid you're gonna miss out on something. You get that FOMO, that fear of missing out, and it hurt. This can really hurt your investment gains. So when it comes to patience, even though we found a company, we love the company, and if the price is too high, we can't invest in it, guys. We gotta wait until it goes down to our price. We can't get that fear of missing out. Because when you sometimes invest in these stocks that are just way too high, we can't get that fear of missing out. Eventually, the stock will drop. And if it doesn't drop to the price we want, we just move to a new company. So I bought a stock at its highs. And even though I thought it had like 20% more to run or 30% to run, I still didn't think it was undervalued, but I had that fear of not missing out. I didn't want to miss on those investment games. And later on, exactly what I knew was going to happen kind of happened. It dropped because there was some kind of business fear in the company. Something happened with employees or with their customers, and it dropped like 20%. So if I had waited, I would have gained at least 30, 40 more percent. But I didn't, because I actually invested in those highs, and then I had to drop my price target because I had to keep investing lower, which is a good thing, but still, my average investment was higher than what I wanted it to be. And if I just waited for that business opportunity to happen, then boom, I would have had huger gains when I knew that stock was going to climb back once the problem was fixed. So you guys, we have to start and kind of get rid of that fear of missing out, because even if we miss out on a stock, guys, there's so many stocks in the market we can look at. Just be patient, be calm, and just focus on your investments that you can make at a margin of safety price. So guys, if you like this video, can you please like it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll get back to you in the next video. Comment down below to tell me what kind of mistakes did you make in the market so we can all learn from this. Peace.